You know, when we think about getting that youthful, glowing skin, our minds usually jump straight to all those expensive creams and serums, right? But what if I told you the real secret to a stronger, more resilient shield isn't just what you put on your skin, but what you put in your body? Today, we're going to peel back the layers on the fats that truly matter for your skin.
So yeah, that's the big question we're tackling today. We're going to dive into the science of how certain nutrients, these things called essential fatty acids, literally form the foundation of your skin's health, its structure, and even how well it can fight off aging.
So, here's our game plan. We'll start with the basics of your skin's anatomy, then we'll meet the fatty acids that are the crucial building blocks. After that, we'll zoom in on the two big players, omega-6 and omega-3. And finally, we'll see how they stack up in the ultimate real-world test, going head-to-head with the sun. All right, so to figure out how to build a better shield, we first have to understand how it's put together. Your skin basically has two main layers, and the way they work together, well, it's key to everything we're about to talk about. First up, you've got the epidermis. This is your frontline defense. It's the part of your skin you can actually see and touch, and its number one job is to be a tough, protective barrier. It's all about keeping the good stuff, like water, in, and all the bad stuff, like germs and pollution, out. The best way to picture this is like a brick wall. Your skin cells, those are the bricks, and the stuff that holds them all together, that's the mortar. And guess what? That mortar is made almost entirely of fats. So just like a wall with weak crumbling mortar, if your skin's fat barrier is compromised, the whole thing starts to fall apart.
Okay, so right underneath that brick wall is the dermis. This layer is the skin's support system. It's this dense layer that's just packed with collagen for strength and elastin for stretchiness. This is what gives your skin that firm, bouncy feeling.
Exactly. So if the epidermis is our brick wall on top, the dermis is like a really high-quality mattress underneath it all. The collagen and elastin are like the springs in that mattress, giving it that plump, youthful support. And it's when those springs start to break down, well, that's when we start seeing things like wrinkles and sagging. So we have our mortar for the wall and the springs for our mattress. But what are they actually made of? Let's get to know the molecules that do all the heavy lifting, the essential fatty acids. Now, the key word here, you guessed it, is essential. Our bodies are incredible machines, but they can't make these particular fats from scratch. We have to get them from our food. This creates a direct, unbreakable link between what's on your plate and the strength of your skin. We're going to focus on two main families here, the omega-6s and the omega-3s. For omega-6, the main one to know is linoleic acid, or LA. For omega-3, we're really interested in EPA and DHA. You know, the ones you always hear about in fish oil. These guys are the stars of our show today. Okay, let's dive into the omega-6 family first. If we go back to our brick wall, our epidermis, omega-6 fats aren't just part of the mortar. For all intents and purposes, they are the mortar. It's honestly hard to overstate how much of your skin is made of omega-6. Linoleic acid is, by far, the most abundant fat in your epidermis. It gets built right into things called ceramides, which make up about half of that fatty mortar. It's absolutely crucial for locking in moisture. But there's a catch. Another omega-6, arachidonic acid, can turn into some powerful pro-inflammatory signals. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword. You need it for structure, but it can also fan the flames of inflammation. So if omega-6 is the main construction worker, what's the deal with omega-3? Well, think of omega-3 as the calm, cool, and collected crisis manager, the one who comes in to keep the peace. And what's wild is that, unlike omega-6, omega-3s make up less than 2% of the fat in your skin. Their job isn't about structure, it's all about regulation. They're used to create signaling molecules that are way less inflammatory than the ones from omega-6s, so they act as a natural brake pedal, helping to control and resolve inflammation. And here's the cool part. We can actually increase how much omega-3 is in our skin just through our diet. So bottom line, you absolutely need both. Omega-6 gives you the structure, that strong physical wall. But omega-3 gives you the regulation, the ability to control the response when that wall gets attacked. It's a team effort, and it's all about finding the right balance. And now for the ultimate test, the sun. How does this balance of fats actually hold up when our skin faces its biggest enemy? This is where what you eat has a direct, measurable impact on how your skin ages. This is where the rubber meets the road.
So when UV light hits your skin, it's not just about getting a sunburn. It kicks off this whole chain reaction. First, it triggers a massive inflammatory response.
This inflammation then flips the switch on these specific enzymes whose only job is to destroy collagen. Remember our mattress springs? This is like releasing a tiny army of scissors to go in and start snipping away at them. And the result? A weaker support structure, which leads directly to photoaging and wrinkles.
But here is where your diet can come in and save the day. The types of fat that are available in your skin at that very moment can totally change the outcome. If there are more omega-3s hanging around, they compete with the omega-6s to be used. The signals they create are way less inflammatory, which tones down that whole destructive chain reaction. It's like sending in a calm negotiator instead of an angry hothead.
And we're not talking about a small change here. One study found that after just 3 months of supplementing with EPA and omega-3, its concentration in the skin went up by 8 times. That is a massive shift in the building blocks your skin has to work with. It just goes to show you how powerfully your diet can change your skin's actual composition.
So what does that actually mean for you? Well, this change has a real-world benefit. It increases what's called the minimal erythemal dose, or MED. In plain English, that means it takes more sun exposure to actually cause a sunburn. Your skin literally gets more resilient from the inside out. Now let's be clear, this is not a replacement for sunscreen, not at all. But it's like having an extra, built-in layer of protection.
So what are the big takeaways here? Your skin is a brick wall that needs the omega-6 mortar, and it's a mattress that needs omega-3s to protect its springs. You need omega-6 for structure, and you need omega-3 to manage damage. The thing is, in most of our diets today, we get way too much omega-6 and not nearly enough omega-3s. And it's shifting that balance that can fundamentally change how your skin handles stress and how it ages over your lifetime.
And that kind of leaves us with one last thought, doesn't it? We've seen just how much our nutrition can impact the health and strength of our body's biggest organ. It really makes you wonder, if your diet can build a better shield for your skin, what other incredible things is it building and rebuilding inside you every single day?